Hey, what's going on? My name is Brian Bauer, and today we are going to compare two very popular Ibanez models, which are the Ibanez RG and the Ibanez S Series. This idea was given to me by Alessandro Arzilli. He's an awesome YouTuber. He talks a lot about VSTs. He writes awesome songs. He's just an overall fun dude. So thanks so much for the idea. His links are below. If you have not checked him out, definitely go over there and give him a subscribe. He would really appreciate it. So today I'm going to be talking about two guitars that I have in two quite popular videos on my channel, which is the Ibanez RG570 and the Ibanez S470. So we're going to talk about a few little differences between them, and maybe if you're trying to make a purchase or you see something on Reverb, maybe it'll help you figure out if you want one or the other. Right here in my hand, I've got the Ibanez RG570. Now the RG570 has, an original edge tremolo, kind of like a Floyd Rose. It has HSH pickup configuration, which stands for humbucker, single coil humbucker. One volume, one tone, 5-way pickup switch, not up here. But right here I have the Ibanez S470. Now it's got the same kind of locking tremolo on it, but there's a difference. It has the ZR trem, still has the HSH pickup configuration, volume, tone, and a 5-way switch, locking nut and whatnot. However, there are quite a few differences. Now the Ibanez RG has the traditional thicker body on it. It's got a cutaway here, but this one has a very thin neck. This one has a Wizard 1 neck. Now, I really like the Wizard 1 neck. I think it plays super, super great. However, some people find this neck very thin. This also has 24 frets on it, which a lot of people really like for that access to the 22nd fret. It also has an all-access neck joint, which is sometimes called AANJ. You'll see that in a lot of listings and specs and stuff. Now there's a lot of RGs out there that have, the straight up like square neck joints and stuff like that, because there are a lot of variations of this model of guitar, okay? So I just want you guys to keep that in mind, that when I am talking about these, there are other ones. Now this has the Wizard 1 neck, but a lot of them these days probably have the Wizard 2, which is a thicker neck, okay? Now I've done some mods to this guitar. Well, I got Swan Audio to do some mods to this guitar, which is like, I have a coil split, I have the no load tone pot. I also put shallower strap locks on this thing, whatnot. I think it's a really overall awesome guitar, and it plays super, super well. Now we have the S Series. Very super popular guitar, played by people like Frank Gamble, Herman Li from Dragonforce, which you guys all should know at this point in time, and he does awesome Twitch streams. But he played the Ibanez S470 for years. Now this has what's called the Z hair trim. Yeah, I'm Canadian, I say Z. So I don't think it's quite as good as the original Edge, which is in the other one, but this guitar holds tuning super, super awesome. Now, difference, this body is very, very thin around the edges and very, very thick in the center. Now, it sounds super good. This one is mahogany though, and the other one is basswood. So this guitar is actually a little bit heavier than the RG. Mind you, there are other variations of the RG. I'm just talking about the two that I have. Now, this neck is a wizard too. It is a fair amount thicker, but still super, super thin and flat at the same time. But this neck has 22 frets. Now, there are variations of the S Series that have 24 frets on them. But this one, I play this all the time, and I don't notice the difference between the two of them. Some people prefer 22 frets. Some people want 24. I generally like 24, but I am so used to playing this guitar that it's not really a big difference. The one thing with this guitar compared to the other guitar with the RG is where the input jack is, or the output jack, I should say. The output jack is right here. As you can see, this is pretty thin. You're not gonna stick something here, so it has to go in this slot here. I actually really like that one. If you're into the slightly more traditional super strat, the RG is going to do that for you. Personally, I think this guitar is super, super comfortable. It doesn't actually need any like arm grooves or anything like that. It's already kind of built into it just the way it is. I actually love how thin it is along the edges and stuff. And on top of that, it's got a super, super cool paint job. If you're looking to get a guitar like this, especially one of these old Ibanez's, this one's from the 90s, and this is one that's made in Japan, where the other one's made in Korea. Really do think that the Japanese Ibanez is some of the best, but that S Series that I have is one of the best guitars for staying in tune that doesn't have an Evertune in this room. I wouldn't just look at the country say this one's necessarily better than the other, but I do think this one from the Fujifilm factory does have a magic to it. This guitar just has like crazy mojo, and I really, really like it. Now, I've done some mods to these. One of the downfalls to almost all of the Ibanez guitars over time has been the fact that they put just terrible pickups in them. Now, there's a lot of guitars out there that have cheaper bridges in them as well. The original Edge and the Edge Low Pro are some of the best ones. However, both these guitars now, I believe, come with the Ibanez Edge tremolos if you're looking for those, probably mostly in the Prestige line, maybe in the Premium. Then there is also fixed bridge versions of these guitars as well. Like I have an RGA that has a fixed bridge on it. It's called a Gibraltar bridge. So if you're looking for something like that, it's all available, and the 2021 lineup looks super, super cool as well. Yeah, I don't know what else I could keep telling you about them. If you like super strats, these are both amazing choices, especially if you really like, you know, flat and thin necks. If you're used to an Ibanez neck, you know, like it's really hard to go to something else once in a while. And some people do struggle to use an Ibanez neck when they're used to maybe something a little bit thicker. Tonally, these guitars are super versatile, as you could tell in the audio clips in this video where I was playing. Like I can play metal, I can play country, I can play any kind of clean stuff. I mean, I love it. That HSH pickup configuration gives you options for days. So, hey, I highly recommend checking these out. So if you do find a listing for these on Reverb, and you're like, well, do I want an RG? Do I want an S Series? Well, keep in mind that these have worked great for me for years, and I know they're going to continue to keep working great for me for years. In fact, I'd like to get some more. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure to click the subscribe button, hit the like button, the notification bell. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram at BauerYT. I'm also on Twitter and on Facebook. And I will see you guys all in the next video. See yous.